Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Jemi Anita. I'm a foreign medical graduate from Georgia. I cracked my June 2021 FMGE with a score of 217 and currently I'm waiting for my internship. Many of you have been asking questions regarding FMGE and I thought let's just create a video for you, and this video is all about answering all your questions regarding FMGE. So without much further ado, let's get started with the video. Question number 1. Should I use printed notes or handwritten notes? Okay, to answer this question, it's always better to choose according to your preference. If you are a person who have been used to write handwritten notes and during your lectures in med school, if you are a person who takes handwritten notes, it's better for you to go with handwritten notes because you'll find it very easier, and you must be very fast in writing, and also you should have enough time to take handwritten notes. So my advice is if you have around 1 year, it's better to go with handwritten notes, but if you're running out of time, it's always better to go with the printed notes. And also in certain subjects like ophthalmology, derma and forensic medicine, it's always better to go with printed notes because you'll have images attached, and it's easier for you to look at the images and study your subjects. Let's move on to second question. Which is the best app to prepare for FMGE? Is it PrepLadder, Unacademy, Marrow or Doc Tutorials? Before getting into my personal opinion, any app is good. The content is going to be more or less the same. So the most important thing is that you must understand what is being taught to you. My personal choice is PrepLadder because the content is precise and they'll teach you exactly what is needed for FMGE, and also rapid revisions are an added advantage. But if you have enough time, say if you have more than 2 years, it's always better to go with Marrow because I find their lectures to be more conceptual and detailed as compared to other apps. The best source for Q banks. I think when it comes to question solving, Unacademy is the best because you have this interactive Q&A sessions on Unacademy. You have live lectures and you can practice a lot more MCQs, and you can practice the recent pattern of questions, and they'll also give you more case-based scenarios. And I also came to know recently that around 20 questions in June 2020 in FMG were direct repeats from PrepLadder Q banks. I'm not aware of that. Although I was a PrepLadder user, I did not use much of their Q banks. And also when you compare PrepLadder with Unacademy, I think PrepLadder has the difficulty level of questions are more in PrepLadder as compared to Unacademy. I think for FMG it's better to go with Unacademy. Best source for images. Any source is good. You can use PrepLadder snapshot sections, or you can ask for your friends' coaching institute's notebooks. I went through AFMG Snaps notebook, which had all the images for that particular subject. It was very much helpful for my exam. Next question. I'm following your study plan, and what if I can't complete the subjects on time? The point of giving you all the study plans is to have a basic idea of how to schedule your preparations. You do not have to strictly stick to it, and you can always adjust it according to your convenience. Say for example, if I have given you 15 days for anatomy, and if you're not able to complete it on time, try to take the days from the other subjects. For example, if you're good in derma, you can complete derma within 2 days, and you can give the extra days for anatomy. So try to adjust it according to your convenience. Let's move to the next question. I'm forgetting everything I studied when I start a new subject. What should I do? You should start practicing more MCQs, and you should start doing a lot more revisions on the previous subject. Let me tell you a small story. You're moving to a new city and you have new friend there, and you meet him every day and the bond is stronger. But in order to be in touch with your old friend, you should always call him up, and you should check upon them. The same story applies here. Whenever you start a new subject, it always interests you, and you'll try to spend in more time, but you'll forget the previous subject. When you start practicing more and more MCQs, at least from the old subjects, say if you're doing physiology today and yesterday you have completed biochemistry, my advice is to study physiology thoroughly. At the same time, at least try to go through the MCQs of biochemistry so that you can balance both. Let's move to next question. Is there a limit for number of revisions? Absolutely no, there is no limit to the number of revisions. They generally say that 3 revisions would be enough, but it doesn't apply to everybody. Some people might need more revisions, or some people might be able to recall within 2 revisions. So my advice is to learn more about you, and once you are done with your revisions, try to recall everything. If you're able to do, go ahead. If not, try to do revisions again and again. It's okay even if it takes 5 to 6 revisions. It's absolutely normal. Few people will need that. So adjust it according to your need. Next question. Where can I find previous year's papers? FMGE, NEET PG, INI-CET. I personally use PrepLadder app. There is Q&A discussion, so I use that to have an idea about the previous year's questions. You can use it, or you can go with browsing. You can browse on Google and you'll find all the PDFs, and sometimes they'll even post it on YouTube. Let's move to next question. It says, can we expect repeated questions in FMGE? Yes, there will be a lot of repeated questions in FMGE. By repeated questions, I do not mean the exact same question or the exact same options. The topics will remain the same, and they'll ask you the same question in different patterns. And yeah. Next question. I don't understand lecturers teaching from an app. Shall I switch to other apps? It depends. If you're not able to get a particular portion of their teaching, my first advice is to re-watch it again and again. Maybe you'll get it in second or third time. And also try to browse on internet. Try to learn it by yourself. If you have tried all these and still you're not able to get anything, you can switch to other apps. Okay, I also got a question about how to take handwritten notes by watching videos. First of all, while note taking, my advice is to be patient, and you should be ready to invest in a lot of time and energy. Watch the lecture, understand it completely, and take your notes. It's okay if you find it difficult to manage both at the same time. For the first time, try to watch the lecture completely, and you can just watch it again and take your notes. Write down only the important things and the takeaway points, and try to use simple language. You don't have to copy down everything the lecturer is giving you. Try to take it in your own way, and you can even use your language. For example, you can use Hindi to write the meaning of certain words if you're not able to understand. You can also use a lot of color pens to make it more attractive, and you'll find it interesting when you revise. And you can also include a lot more drawings to make it easier for you to revise everything. And the final question, how to choose the right option from the list of options that is given. Okay, you should start by reading the question. You should read the question, and not only that, you should try to understand it. My advice is to read it twice, because while you read it for the first time you might miss certain things. So read it again and then come to the options. Try to rule out the options. If you can find the answer only by reading the option and looking at the options, fine, go ahead. But if not, try to rule out the option by giving reasonings. If it is a lengthy clinical scenario and time is a problem for you, use retrograde method. By retrograde method, I mean try to only look at the last line, and most of the information would be given there. And also pay attention to keywords. For example, if it's Burkitt's lymphoma, there will be starry sky appearance. And if you take GI, if it is cobblestone mucosa, it's Crohn's disease. And if it is vitamin B12 deficiency, there would be hypersegmented neutrophils. So search for keywords like that. And by keywords I mean the specific things which will point to a particular diagnosis. And the most important thing is to go with your instinct. The first option that you would choose will always end up to be the right option most of the time. So go with your instinct, trust your subconscious mind, and also make logical guesses. Sometimes due to overstudying we might miss out on common sense. we try to rule out the simpler options and go for the complicated ones. It's not always like that, especially in entrance exams. Most of the questions would be from the basic concepts only. So go with a free mind, I would say. And also pay more attention to the words except or incorrect option. Most of the time, once we just look at the question and we jump to a conclusion and choose the right option, it's not always like that. We tend to miss out on words like that, and it might be a problem at the end. And my final advice on this would be to start practicing more and more MCQs. Only when you try it by yourself, and only when you start practicing more and more, you'll learn how to do it. The more you practice MCQs, the more you would learn how to rule out the options. And also watch interactive Q&A sessions on an academy. Learn how the lecturer is ruling out the option and coming to a conclusion. And also from my experience, if two options are like exact opposite of each other's, most probably one of them would be the answer. So you can try this. That's all, guys. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you would like me to create more such Q&A videos, please let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you have any doubts regarding FMGE, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be always happy to help you. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Bye. Happy studying.